High-level, live, professional read from Stanford Steve. Elite sequence there. Monday Night Football wrapping up Week 9. No Kyler Murray, but Jacoby Brissett, who, if you watch Countdown, the fellas all said, you put on the tape, and he has run a cleaner operation, leading 3-0. It was a Marvin Harrison night. That was a 3rd and 14 conversion in RC. Those two were cooking tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And here you see on this play, it's a quick slant inside.
No.
He makes Deron Bland fall. And even CeeDee Lamb had to appreciate this route.
Yeah, look, you made your living trying to stop dudes from catching passes. This got to be a terrible feeling when you fall down.
Well, it's a terrible feeling when your own teammates understand just how bad it was.
Okay, so it's a 10-0 lead. Dallas is in plus territory here, and they're certainly in field goal range, except Jake Ferguson has the ball punched out. Mack Wilson does a tremendous job. I feel like we talk about this every week, eyeballing it, punching it away. And this was
got to be a bad omen if Stephen A's like, you know what, Jerry, I'm finna leave.
I got to get out of here. I'd say it was all 3 phases, but the Cardinals did have this punt block. Marshawn Nealon does a great job to chase it down after Sam Williams gets there and takes it off the chin.
Listen, this was important, though. At this point, the Dallas Cowboys offense hadn't produced a single point in this game. That put 7 on the board.
But right before the half, with them getting the ball to start the second half, Brissett runs it in to make it 17-7. And as I mentioned, they get the ball coming out of the locker room. About that, put your foot on the gas. First play, where's my man?
Michael Wilson. Listen, this is a big catch, and I heard Trey McBride tell you, keep our foot on the gas when we're up. This is a huge catch and run for Wilson on the dig route.
You know what we both just said about McBride that we both appreciate? He tries real hard.
Yeah, and you know what? It's good when the guys that try the hardest are the most talented.
Well, it's a great combination. Yet another touchdown for him, and so Dallas is going to have to fight uphill from here. It's a 2nd and goal, and Dak is sacked. This Cardinal defense was getting after him throughout. That's Josh Sweat. They settle for a field goal. First play of the 4th, Cowboys down 17, and they elect to try to get 7 of them here, and this one kind of floats. You see CD kind of have to wait for it.
Yeah, it was that pressure on Dak Prescott. The ball floats in the air, and a huge close by the rookie there to make a huge pass breakup.
After the Cardinals punted away, at some point Dallas is going to find the end zone. Ryan Flournoy, back of the end zone.
He didn't help with our parlay. He did
not, but he helped Dallas get closer, but they still need more. From here, it's 3rd and 12. All right, they're not going to get a first down, but now they're going to lose the ball.
Listen, this is a huge tackle, and then you finish on the football. It's a scoop by the Cardinals, and this was one of those big-time plays that Trey McBride talked about his defense making. They were hunting the ball the entire night.
Let's give Cody Simon the credit for the rip. Akeem Davis-Gates to the recovery. Cardinals snapped that miserable 5-game losing streak all by 4 or fewer. We're not talking about that tonight. We're talking about Jonathan Gannon's guys winning by 10 on Monday Night Football.
It was good. I'm looking at my watch, and I don't know the last time we won. And it falls on me. At the bye, I'm sitting in the shower thinking about it, like, how did I let this happen? But that's what everybody in there takes that attitude, honestly. So we got good guys, we got good coaches. They don't look to point fingers. You just keep plodding along. We hit a stretch of adversity, a shitty stretch. It is what it is, but what are you going to do? You're playing on Monday Night Football in Dallas. Let's go play our game, And that's what they did, so I'm proud of them.
There's a cool moment. I don't know if you noticed it, but I did. Amari Mercado had a big run, and who was out there on the field, and he says, Amari. And he said, F yeah, to his guy. And they went through a moment of adversity, and there was plenty of stress, and you lose 5 by 4. I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Trey when he was out here. Man, that could have a team just spiral and say, a lot of runway in front of us, but we're done. That did not happen. I couldn't be more impressed with how they played tonight. What would you say about that?
I couldn't be more impressed with Jonathan Gannon. You talk about that Mercado interaction. He took full responsibility and accountability for that. He said he needed to be better. He had failed his team. And when your leader takes that level of accountability, now everyone in that locker room can follow. And you better believe Jacoby Brissett is also a part of this. This is a man that has taken over at the quarterback position, played extremely well against Indianapolis. They fall just short. played extremely well against the Green Bay Packers, and you have the same thing happen. And tonight it seemed like he not only led this team, but he willed this offense to make those huge plays and to continue to finish this game. And so as an entire team, you have to be impressed with the way the Arizona Cardinals showed up tonight.
I'm completely with you, and I'm not going to ask a question and try to get that man, Trey McBride, in trouble and say who should be the starter, because that's just an impossible question for the young man to answer. Troy said it. We said it on Countdown. I'm saying it right here. That guy has to be their starter moving forward.
I think moving forward, you have to make a tough decision if you're Jonathan Gannon. Everybody knows Kyler Murray was drafted to be the franchise quarterback. He has been the franchise quarterback, and he was paid that way. But it's about how do you win games right now, and who has this team in a better position each and every game day. And right now, that's Jacoby Brissett. You can tell that the players believe in him, and something Trey McBride told you really stuck out to me. He said he tells everybody where he is and where he wants them to be, and that's a big thing for a leader at the quarterback position.
We're saying this, and Jonathan Gannon said nothing has changed. Kyler Murray is the starter, so I guess that's health dependent. So we'll see when that foot is healthy enough for him to play. And I thought the distinction was interesting. They want him to be able to have his wheels be a weapon, which truly are a weapon, because that's different than Brissett. And he said he wasn't healthy enough to have that be a part of tonight's game.
I think the thing for Kyler Murray is that's what makes him Kyler Murray. That's why he was the #1 overall draft pick. And if he can't improvise, if he can't create plays with his legs, I don't believe he gives you a better chance to win than Jacoby Brissett, because the actual operation of the offense right now seems much more efficient the last 3 weeks.
Okay, I led with all that stuff about Arizona because they're who won and they deserve to be talked about.
Did the right thing.
However, this Dallas team is the team that came in tonight with a greater sense of expectation, because they have shown a ceiling, which is a high-scoring offense, and Dak's playing at a high level, et cetera, et cetera. They lose this game, and now you're 3-5-1. And it's the first time all year that they've either lost or won consecutive games, but now they've lost a couple. The schedule gets really difficult weeks 12 through 14. This is one you have to have if you want to have a chance to make the playoffs. Where does this leave you?
Scott, this was the game to provide hope. To the Dallas fans, to this organization, in that locker room. You had to come back home on a Monday night football game and win, right, and be impressive and do the things that you do well. This wasn't Dak Prescott's best outing. He wasn't protected up front. We didn't see CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens dominate in the way we'd seen them dominate in different spurts throughout the season. And the execution from Brian Schottenheimer's offense just wasn't there. And we've always known what they've been defensively. No one picked this game and went, oh, the Dallas Cowboys are going to win 17-13. We expected them to give up points, but we thought that this offense would operate at a prolific level, and it did not. And that shows you, if Dak Prescott doesn't play out of his mind, if CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens aren't playing at an all-pro level, this team can't compete at all. And it makes me wonder about the trade that Jerry Jones alluded to today, and think to myself, is that trade now off? Because this team has shown you they're far more than one defensive player away from being a contender.
In a loaded NFC that has, I mean, look at the entire NFC West is good.